Quote, "You all thought 589 per XRP was a lot? You might want to sit down," end quote. Which is exactly why XRP will head to 4 digits. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video, an XRP rich list explained, and what this all means for us hodlers. XRP says 1,000 XRP is more than enough. It'll be worth more than Bitcoin soon. I'm sure you would be happy with 1,000 Bitcoin right now, right? It's all about your perception, guys, how you perceive things, right? If you owned 1,000 Bitcoin right now, and Bitcoin, even when Bitcoin was at $1,000, okay, wouldn't you be super happy and excited? Think about it for a split second, which is where this site comes into play. Okay, so I'm going to break this down for you guys and what this means, because a lot of people say they will not make XRP people rich. Now, if that's your arguments, guys, since there's quote-unquote too many holders, that's false. If that was the case, nothing would move up in value, not stocks, cryptos, real estate, anything, right? Nothing would move up, guys, because people would just get rich, right? If the game plan was to stop people from getting rich, they'll just ban certain things as well. So that argument doesn't make sense, because cryptos, it seems like there's a longer term play for them to making it successful, right? So here we go. So this is XRP richlist.info. I will leave this in the description below if you guys would like to investigate further. Please like today's video, because we're about to use a crazy example here. Number one, so on the top right, we see number of XRP wallets. Let's just say 6 million. Okay, so about 6 million people worldwide supposedly holds XRP. I don't think so. You know why? Because even though it does say 6 million plus XRP wallets are active right now, the thing is, guys, some people, I'm thinking literally everyone has more than one XRP wallet. Okay, so it's not really 6 million. It's probably like in the hundreds of thousands. And if they do pump XRP's price to, as an example, $1,000, not too many people will become rich or wealthy. Okay, let's go to the left side of the screen, and this is where it gets juicy, guys. Okay, here we go. Now, we're going to use, for the sake of this example, right? Everyone has their own price targets and opinions. $1, which XRP already surpassed $1, $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000. For this example, we're going to use $1,000, right? And is it realistic for XRP to reach that price, or do they not want people to become rich? Let's figure this out. So 0 to 20, the amount of people hold 0 to 20 XRP is in the 2 million range. Okay, so let's just say 2 million. 2 million people hold 0 to 20 XRP, and you need 10 XRP for a wallet to be active, right? Oops, I just realized XRP cuts the reserve requirement by 90%, allowing for smaller new wallets. So now it's activating an XRP account costs 1 XRP, right? And then holding a token trust line is only 0.2 XRP. So keep that in mind while watching the video. Now, so let's just say the max amount 20 XRP, right? That every wallet in this range, which is about 2.6 million, for this example, we're going to use 2,000 or 2 million wallets, and each wallet holds 20 XRP. Okay, now let's say XRP were to go to $1,000. Each wallet would now have $20,000 inside of it, guys. Okay, is that a lot? No, it's not. You multiply that to 20,000 with this amount of wallets, right? It's like in the billions of dollars. That's like 40 something billion. if we go with 2 million wallets. That's not a lot, guys, right? And that's already half the people out, right? That's already a lot of the players out of the game. The other thing is, you probably, most likely, won't hold XRP to $1,000 to begin with. XRP will move up in stages, right? The reason why, I think, even though there will be some type of overnight flip switch, guys, let's say XRP went to $10, 50, then 100, okay? So this is where it gets interesting. XRP went to $10 like this, right? Came back down. Everyone would be selling here, right? And then it kept on going higher to $50, right? Throughout the way, people are going to sell, right? Some people would buy, but the amount of people that would buy, it will be so little, guys, right? They wouldn't even accumulate too much XRP because people are getting priced out $10 to $50. That's very expensive. That's per XRP, right? Then it went up to 100. Again, probably over 50% of people are already out. 70%, 80, I don't know, guys, right? People did say when XRP hits $3, they're out, right? And a lot of people did already sell, right? Because you could look at the price chart. If it went to 10, 50, 100, you don't think like 90% of people will be out, right? So the amount of people that will hold a significant amount of XRP, 100 to 1,000 to 10K, it's dramatically less than what it shows here, guys, right? For the wallets. So that's point number 2 on why they're going to let us get rich and wealthy, right? Then let's go to this next range, which is about 2.5 million of wallets hold 22,500 XRP, right? If you take 500 XRP, multiply that by 1,000, that puts you at $500,000. That's not a lot when they literally print that in a split second when they click a button. Do you guys see what I mean? Right? So at this point, guys, it's clear as day they're going to get let us get rich, because I'm using the max examples, by the way, right? So that's already 5 million wallets, right? And then there's 1.6 million wallets left that hold all this much XRP, okay? And the top wallets are obviously the insiders and such, Ripple. So that's what I mean, guys. You multiply that 500,000 with that many wallets, and again, it's going to be less, right? It's like it ranges from 20 XRP to 500 XRP. So yeah, I mean they could give out all that money, right? And remember, some of these wallets are dead as well. People don't have access to them, right? I have all my wallets are basically dead, guys. I barely have any XRP in them to begin with, right? But they're still active. Why? Because of the XRP reserve that's needed. So that's what I mean. So these the amount of people that hold XRP, it's actually little to none, right? If we take a look at the global population, and the amount of people that hold XRP to $1,000, it gets less. By each tick we go higher. By each dollar we go higher, a person sells, right? Someone else buys, but that person buying, it's not going to be too much, because XRP is going to rise in price, right? So the amount of XRP they'll get will be a lot less when it keeps going higher and higher and higher. So there it is, guys, and which is why they're going to let us get wealthy. If they didn't want people to get wealthy, they wouldn't have demonically pumped Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these other meme coins and S coins from value 0 to whatever they are right now. Do you guys see what I mean? That's point number 3 or whatever. Point number 4. Well, if you have faith and belief, the belief of XRP heading to crazy heights, they will actually want you to get rich because you're valuable to the network, right? You see potential, so they will reward you for that, guys. They don't want people to get rich who just get lucky, right? There will be a few like that, but the people who will make it to crazy heights, such as 4 digits, yeah, it's only going to be the believers, in my humble opinion. So there's that. This sucks because this watch dealer just became massively rich. He just doesn't know it yet. Look what this person did. He sold his XRP to buy.
Hey guys, today I'm going to buy my dream watch, but the catch is I want to buy it with XRP, so let's see if they'll sell it to me.
This has to be the... I mean, this person is already rich. I'm thinking, right? If you're buying a watch for that much, you're already rich, so it doesn't matter to you. But if you barely have an XRP, you probably should not do this at all. Buying XRP, buying things with XRP. I would not do that, right? Because if XRP goes to 1,000, you just multiply whatever you buy by 1,000.
How you doing?
Hello, good, how are you?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You want water?
Button please,
Yeah.
and the best watch in the world.
Yes, of course. This one is pretty nice.
It's nice. Price?
$370?
Nah, something else. Maybe diamonds, some sort of diamond.
Limited for you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I wanted diamonds here too.
I want a full diamond. I have one.
Yeah, so you're just checking out the watches, guys. Or you multiply it by 500, right? Because of XRP's... XRP's price is $2. But here we go.
Yeah, no problem. But one thing, I need to pay with XRP.
164,000.
Perfect. See?
Yeah, you're welcome for the watch.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
Here your watch.
Wow, guys, 164,000 XRP. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Insane. Right? Insane. But that watch dealer probably will sell that XRP too. So you don't think we'll at least head to double digits, triple? Here's a technical analysis side of things that suggests, yeah, we are, because history proves that's the case. And usually history rhymes, if not repeats.
Like, I really don't understand why. I need to go to the bit sampling. People are so vehemently opposed to the idea of history repeating itself. Like, just people not thinking that, like, I see this like similar circumstances on a chart, especially the same chart. It'd be one thing if like I was pulling a symmetric triangle and a setup from a different asset or even a different asset class. If I was like, looking at a silver symmetric triangle that exploded for some, massive gain, right? This is like the same pattern on the same asset class crypto on the same exact asset, XRP, which is the second largest cryptocurrency by fully diluted market cap. This is the second largest coin. And it looks like this. Like, if this was anything besides XRP, like if this was Nvidia or this was Tesla or this was gold or silver or any asset that you had any type of, if this was Bitcoin, right? Like if this was a popular asset to like the cool kids, the cool crowd, like I know it's popular among retail, but it's like super hated among like the cool kids in crypto Twitter, the fundamental analysts, which were predominantly Ethereum maxis. That's where your fundamental, your all the .eths were like the cool kids last cycle that like made out on NFTs, and everyone was all like pro proof of stake, merge, and like basically all like the fundamental nerds probably got stuck in ETH for way too long, have underperformed. Whereas like the chart chads, so to speak, have probably way outperformed this cycle, just based on like looking for strong charts and strong assets, regardless of like what people think about the fundamentals, whether people think it's a scam, whether people like have a fundamental reason for it to go up or not. And I think meme coins have been like the perfect expression of that. Meme coins have done extraordinarily well. They're total vaporware. They're like the definition of a scam. They're so scammy that they're not a scam, but like the distribution, there's so many mechanics around them that are actual scams. But regardless, the point I'm trying to make here is like I think the fundamentals and like the people saying like, oh, this is a scam, they Ripple. I think like all the people are actually getting the fundamentals wrong in XRP, like a horribly misunderstood project. Apart from that, just the chart's super strong. Like, why would you look at this? Like I said, if this was any other chart besides XRP, like if you didn't know this was XRP and you just saw this chart and you saw like the same thing happening again, and you just saw this massive like bull flag wedge, whatever you want to call it, into prior resistance, like anybody with that is halfway decent at technical analysis and charting and reading charts would look at this and say immediately long it, or have some type of a setup on a breakout to long this with very high targets from here.
I personally think we are gonna go for one more low before this price rise arrives. Okay, that's my thinking, to trick everyone. Because yes, it is too. I mean, they could just make it explode. That could be the case. We're just following past patterns. Yeah, I mean, in any other asset, if you've seen this, the price target will be way above $10, right? Is that clear? This isn't financial advice. Let's see what comes up. But they will make you get rich and wealthy if you have the belief of becoming rich and wealthy. This isn't financial advice. Let's go. But anyways, that's so face amazing. See ya.